Hello everybody and welcome back. So what we are doing this really cool cogwheel. So this thing here gonna be what you see on this screen. And we are aiming to do this kind of stuff. So let's continue with this. And the first thing, I'm just gonna do the mesh. So what we can do here, we have done the poly extrude. So I'm just gonna add a polyfill. And now we have this one a little bit more. Let's see. Something's wrong. Both directions I want, so that's good. Then I want dissolve the middle edge. Yeah. And the polyfill is doing some weird stuff. How come? So I'm not used to Houdini in 21, but maybe this is the single polygon. Yeah. So I'm also going to work with flat wire like this. Okay. Now it looks better. So this is cool. Just changed this one from to single. Yeah. And then I'm going to do a poly bevel over here. So we can have some really nice edges. So, maybe like this. This looks good. And then I want to add in the middle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a tube. So if you add a tube, I'm just going to reference the cogwheel. So if you see the tube, it's kind of standing. You're going to have it in the Z direction like this. And then if I do the normal here, in here, it's kind of, it's take this shape here, this one, and this tube, trying to match it up. So you can see it doesn't have the same resolution, but it's doing the same size. And the reason I do this, because I want to transform this one. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do in scale here, 0.7, and then I'm going to do 4. So what I do, I just do scale it out in this Z, but the other one I scale down. And then I'm going to do a Boolean. So I'm going to do like this. So now we get a little bit cogwheel stuff going on here. And I'm going to have the 32 maybe. That's going to be fine. So what we could do, we could leave the poly bevel after. So we get a little bit nicer. Like this. Fancy, huh? Looks good. And then we can, in poly bevel, we can do exclusion, because you see it's kind of do poly bevel on this area here, and I don't see the need of that. So we can ignore flat edges. And then when we hire this one up, you can see it kind of so I don't need it here, and I don't need it here. I just remove it. So now it looks a little bit better. So that looks good. Maybe one more division to make it look fancy. Yeah, this is nice. And what I'm also going to do, I'm going to do over here, I'm going to do some kind of sticks in the middle. So if I just reference this one now and work with this one, I'm going to take this one to be really thin like this, maybe even smaller. Start with 1. And then I'm going to do copy, transform, and do it 3 times, and then maybe rotate it in the Z-axis. Yeah, maybe 4 times, and do it 45 degrees. So what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to actually do a Boolean. And then I'm just going to do union. So now I'm actually merging these ones together. So now they are merged. And then I'm going to do a Boolean on this shape. Because this shape here, we can actually do this end cap here. because this shape is Boolean out this one. But if we do like this first, if we Boolean out, so instead of having a tube, we do these parts, and then we use these parts and Boolean out the cogwheel. Now we get a little bit more interesting cogwheel like this. So, and then I think we should do a little bit bigger radius, like 1. Of course, these ones need to be like, we can do 10, it doesn't matter. And then you can change this one too. So let's see, one a little bit thicker. And I want the cogs to be, let's do 20 cogs. And yeah, now you're starting to see the benefit of all the stuff we put through here, right? And so this is super nice. So let's use this cogwheel now and animate it and try it out and see how it works. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit here. So this is our finished cogwheel. And I think I'm going to do just a little bit more bevel. This looks good. We're going to tweak it soon. You will see the benefit of having all this procedural pretty soon. So if you make a transform here, and we can actually we make a wrangler here, and I'm going to do it animate. So I'm going to take this animate and do it detail. Oh, this is very important. And I'm going to do just animate like this. And it needs to be a float like this, and the animate. I'm a little bit too quick here, sorry. So now, let's say 0 is 0 angle, and 1 is 360. So what we can do, if we copy this animate here, copy parameter, and then in here, we do this in the Z. So when we have this one here, and we move this one, we can actually just here paste relative reference. And also, we just multiply it with 360. This means when we're using this one, we can kind of animate it. So that's super nice. And then I'm actually going to use these ones as light blue and dark blue, because this is only animate stuff. And I do like this. And this one, I'm going to do negative. And I'm going to merge them down like this. And the reason I have to is because I'm going to offset this one to here. So, or actually I will do it upwards. I want to be here. So let's see. And now there is an exact number that you want here. And here is, you want to offset with a pitch circle. So you want this distance over here. So this is the pitch radius. So we don't want this radius or this radius. We want this one here in the middle of the cogs. So in order to figure that one out, we need to look here. So here is a radius. And what is this radius? Well, this radius is actually, to be correct, is the bottom radius. And so if we take this radius and copy parameter, now if we have used these ones that we made before, so this is the root, and we do radius here, we do paste relative reference. And then if I make an object merge like this, and I just add these ones here, then we can have these ones down here. So we can. So now you see. No, did I say correct? Maybe it doesn't seem right. Why isn't this correct? I need to pause and check it out. Oh yeah, it's because the other one is not correct yet. So if we do like this, you see, here it is. So the radius is actually the root radius. And now we want the pitch radius, and the pitch radius is that one is going to be somewhere here where they kind of intersect. It's very important. So the way to get and the step, we can actually, we keep it like this for now. So if we do radius pitch is equal to radius, so the radius is the bottom radius, and then we need to add on the cog height, but only the half cog height. So now we have this radius pitch, and we want to put it in here. So if we, let's see here, we do detail, and now we get the create circle like this, and then we just do, I messed up. Detail, and then we do like this. Dot slash, and here we have the create circle. And then we do the radius pitch, I believe we have. And then we need to fetch the first index. And now you see, we have the center over here. And you see, it doesn't really match up down here. And the reason is, if we take this code here, so here is the pitch radius, we need that one. Because we need to offset the cogwheel exactly the pitch radius. And we need to time it with 2 because we need a diameter. Diameter, we call it in Swedish. It's 2 radius. So now you see it's actually perfect. It's not perfect because it's the resolution, but if you add more resolution, they will touch each other. So this is lovely. And so when you ever want to talk about the radius on cogwheels, I would prefer to do the pitch radius, because if you want to offset the cogwheel, you want to have it offset so much so it's lined perfectly. So now let's add the top also. So it's pretty easy. We just do copy this line here. And this is going to be the radius top. And it's going to be a full cog height. So we do copy this one. And we add a top here. And this is going to be radius top like this. And now you see we have all the radius and they are working correctly. So now you see, it's not really perfect here, but now you see the benefit of adding all the stuff here. So we want the cog height a little bit higher, maybe smaller. And this is where we love the offset point that we added down here. If you remember, maybe you didn't really get it why we added it, but now look at this. Now we just add. We just make it look so much better. And if we now just animate, look how good this one is. It's lovely. So yeah, this is how I made it so far. And I'm actually going to cover how I did the rack too, that goes back and forth. It's a little bit tricky with that one too. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next tutorial.